Yolan Chu, and welcome to another exciting day in our galaxy, and welcome to another evening officer video. And today we have one of the most important officers in this game, and that is Damar. And it's not because of his, let's say, taste for certain spirits, but it's really because of some PvP fighting. But before I talk about Damar in detail, I just want to say, if you're not a subscriber of my channel yet, but do like my videos, then please do subscribe to my channel. And when you do, also click this little bell and all notifications, so you will be notified when another video comes out. And if you haven't seen that yet, I always pin a comment under the video as soon as I can after publishing. And there's information about subscribing to the channel, liking and commenting videos, but also supporting the channel. And there is an information about the Discord server I set up for the viewers of this channel, where you can chat, where you can check the database and lots more. So if you're interested, have a look in that pinned comment. But let's talk about Damar. He's a rare officer. He is from the class Engineering. Why ever? Because he was Legate Damar, the leader of the Cardassian Empire in the end. But, well, they put him in Engineering. That means you will need Engineering badges to upgrade him. He's from the group DS9. They don't have a Cardassian group, so he was in that group when they brought in the DS9 characters. But he's from the faction Cardassian, which in this case means he's not part of my alliance. That means you need independent credits to upgrade him later, because unfortunately there is no Cardassian faction in this game in the sense of the other factions. And if you want to know more about Damar, you know that there's always an explanation about all the characters in this info box as well. Damar has a captain's ability and an officer ability. The captain's maneuver is Dominion Collaborator, and that is one of the very important things in PvP now. While on an interceptor fighting a player ship with hull breach, if Damar scores a critical hit, increases critical hit chance by 2% once per weapon for the remainder of the battle. So not for just one round, for the remainder of the battle. Although Dominion Collaborator means they mean the Damar before he started fighting the Dominion after the Breen came in. And his officer ability is Liquid Courage. You know, he always had a glass until he became a traitor to the Dominion in his hand with he was always there drinking some Canar. And Liquid Courage means while on an interceptor fighting a player ship with hull breach, if Damar scores a critical hit, decrease opponent critical hit damage by 25% once per weapon for 3 rounds. So he is a great PvP officer, but I'm not using him as captain. I never have, because before they brought in Lower Decks Part 2, he was an essential part of the best interceptor PvP crew, with Gul Dukat, Garrick and Damar. This combination with Gul Dukat as captain was the best interceptor PvP crew at the time, and that was one of the crews that changed the PvP crews, because for a very long time when I played on the other servers in the past, there always was the Lorca crew was the big game changer. And that changed when Dukat, Damar and Garrick came in, and also with Bayoun. But this was the major PvP crew. They are still a very good PvP crew, but now Garrick, I replaced Garrick. You can either replace Garrick or Damar with a certain character from Lower Decks. If you want to see, have a look at my update Interceptor PvP crew after Lower Decks 2 came in, because they changed everything again. But Damar is still important, and I'm using Damar and not Garrick, but you have to choose which you prefer. But it's still Gul Dukat and Damar in my PvP crew for interceptors, and that's why Damar is still one of the very important officers in this game. As a rare officer, he of course also has 2 officer traits for away teams, but as you can see, I haven't unlocked anything because today when I'm filming this, we are having territory defense again, and of course Damar is on my Kelvin, ready to defend our territory, and he's on the bridge, so I'm not sending him to any away teams. But you can unlock pilot and perceptive and use him for that, but that's not what I'm doing. You of course want to know how to get Damar, and fortunately it's now possible to get Damar regularly in certain cases, because for a long time it was quite difficult to get Damar. But now with the it was section 31. Yes, it's all quite new. That's why I still have to go through the things. But you see, in the section 31, as soon as you are esteemed with a reputation of section 31, you can get Damar shards here in the section 31 faction store, and finally regularly get some shards for him. And you see, I recently upgraded him, so he's at 0 of 55. I don't know what that means, by the way. 0 of 55, and I have him. Nevertheless, you can get Damar here in the section 31 faction store, and that's a good thing because you can get the full crew here, although you will have to wait for Guldu cut until you're a handler, because at Esteemed you only get the rare ones and not the epic ones. But you see, I need another 17,000 and a bit points for to go to handler, and then I even could get to cut. I mean, I have all these officers, but that's where you can source them now. For a long time, I had to work a lot through special events to get this crew completely together, and now it's much easier with the Section 31 faction store. If you want to tell the other viewers about your opinion about Damar, or perhaps even that PvP crew, then please write it in the comments. It's always good to have more opinions about the officers I'm talking about in the comments, so that new players can see what others are thinking about it. And if you have questions or video requests, or just want to say hi and where you're from, you know that I'm always happy to read where my active viewers are coming from. And if you want to see another video right now, the next one is right here in the end screen. I'll see you there. I'll be back.